for our biology lesson. Okay, so please make sure that you follow whatever is happening. Now, this is the new curriculum, and I want us to discuss life processes. Probably you must have discussed some of these things earlier, but we hadn't followed the new curriculum as it's supposed to be. So I want you to be very careful and as I guide you when we are learning. Now, what you're seeing here is a grasshopper, in Luganda commonly known as Insenene. Insenene. That's the local language version of the name. It's a delicacy in the central region of Uganda. And you can see here, I don't know what, if you can try to identify the life process here that is involved here. And we're going to be able to understand the different life processes the different organisms possess. And I hope you guys have seen this organism before. Not to waste time, I think let us start so that each one of you can be able to follow and to follow very well. Life processes. Now, in order to decide whether we are observing, what we are observing is living, that means it is having life, or it is non-living, that means it is not having life. I don't want to say that it is dead, because some things never die. They already non-living, they don't have life. For example, a stone. Can you say that a stone is dead? Because it has never had life. Okay, that's why I'm saying that what we are observing, is it living or non-living? And okay, and then you're going to be looking at a set of characteristics called life processes. The characteristics that make up life are actually what we are looking at as life processes. I want you to be very careful when you are observing this. Okay, the characteristics are the life processes. Now, life processes are common to every living thing or anything that has life. It must possess these different life processes. And if it doesn't, then it means it is non-living. It means it is non-living. So observation one, they feed. They feed. You must be able to for anything to possess life, it means that they feed, and that life process is called nutrition. Okay, and then they take in and use air. They take in and then they do what? They use air. Commonly, that life process is called respiration. Okay, because when air enters inside the bodies of these living organisms, it is used to break down food in order for them to get energy. And that's why if any living organism stops breathing or taking in air, by the way, of course, it depends on the type of living organism that you're talking about, but the mode of taking in air may differ. For example, the way how bacteria take in air is different from how humans do take in air, or the way how a fish takes air may be different from the way a human being takes in air. You guys know that the fish stay in water. So how do they take in air? So that one you must be able to know. And then another life process is produce and remove wastes. That means living organisms must be able to, first of all, produce the waste, and that is inside their bodies. And once it has been formed, then it must be removed, because if it is not removed, it can be toxic. Something toxic means it is like a substance which is dangerous and can harm the body, organs, as well as the cells of an organism. So that means it is toxic. So whenever there is any substance produced that is not required in the body, it must be eliminated. And the process of which it is eliminated is called excretion. And I can give you examples of such products. I don't know whether you can remind me. Okay, you can raise your hand and you give me examples of products that are produced in the body, and then we excrete them. Yes, Emma Isingoma.
Urine.
Emma, your network. Yes, Emma.
Urine.
Urine. Thank you very much, Emma. Yes, urine. That's number one. Then Mercy.
Excess salt.
Thank you very much. Excess salt. Salt or munyo. They call it in Uganda, they call it omunyo. Then Pius.
Carbon dioxide.
Thank you, Pius. Carbon dioxide. It is gas which you normally breathe out through your nose. Yes, Eliza. Okay. Then Abdallah. Yes, Abdallah.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what's your answer? Abdallah. Okay. Queen Shali. Queen Shali. Yes, Queen Shali.
Movement and locomotion. Agenda kuggwako kuliko saate filisi.
Charles,
Yes, please.
what is happening here?
I'm trying to get in touch with the teacher, but I can't even see him. Huh? Could have lost connection.
Did he communicate with you?
No,
Did he send you the
but
slides?
I'm trying to send him the chat.
Has he been online?
Yes, he even came online, but he just left some minutes. His network, I think he's back. Okay.
Which explanation do you have for that point? It involves giving exclusive rights to the product. The period
Okay. Okay, sorry for that network problem. There's a student who called. Please, dear students, when we are in lessons, please don't call on our lines. Now, there's a student among you who just called on my number. I think maybe her network was disturbing. At least you rather send a WhatsApp message instead of calling. Now, my network was disorganized by a student who called me. Okay, I was still telling you that we have what we call life processes, and we're just discussing one of the life processes, which is living organisms produce and remove wastes. And some students had started telling me the different types of wastes that are produced in the body, and then we eliminate them. So far, people have just told me urine, carbon dioxide, and then salts. And I was still wanting to hear from you people. We're having Edwin Muzahura. Yes, Edwin. Yes, Edwin. Yeah, when I ask you to unmute, you please unmute very fast.
Sweet.
Pardon? Edwin, I've not got you. Then Ayebari, Timothy.
Living organisms also excrete undigested food in form of feces.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that is actually correct. There are so many that you could think of. And then have another one, which is growth and development. That is also a life process, meaning that living organisms normally grow and they develop in body structure. And then living organisms move. Some, of course, can move from one place to another, but some may just move their body parts. And most notably, it is animals that normally move from one place to another. And then Chirabo is still giving us sweat and urine. Maybe we are not talked of sweat. Then produce young ones. They produce young ones, that's reproduction. Now the life process is reproduction, okay? And then also they respond to changes in their environment. That is sensitivity. And by the way, the biology which we study at this level is all derived from what we call life processes, all the topics actually which we study. Because as you keep on continuing biology to senior 2, you'll begin taking on a topic called nutrition. Then you take on a topic called respiration. Then a topic called excretion, then growth and development, then movement, then reproduction, and then sensitivity, which is also called coordination. Okay. So Shadik is asking that, so master, what is the importance of each life process? Okay, what is the importance of each life process? Now, we are going to understand the importance of each life process as we keep on. First of all, we are going to first establish them and understand them what they are. Once we have understood each life process in detail, then we can be able to know actually the different importances, and you guys will be able to give them to me. Remember that each life process has a particular function, has particular functions that are important to living organisms for their survival. And here we are having activity 1.1. That is, if you have looked through the other textbook, if you have looked through the other textbook of the new curriculum, which was uploaded in Google Classroom. Now, we are trying to identify a life process. And the key question is, can you tell a life process? Can you tell a life process? Okay, and if you can tell a life process, you're going to observe this picture. We are having picture 1.1a, which is a waterfall here above. Now, which one of them is a life process? Now, if you compare this picture of the waterfall and this picture of a lion eating a zebra, you can see it here. This is a, and then this is a lioness, a mother lion, and this is a zebra that was being fed on. Okay, they were in a game park in Serengeti. I don't know whether you know where Serengeti is. Serengeti National Game Park in Kenya. Now, so which one of them is a life process and why? Which one of them is a life process and why? And which one of them is not a life process and why? Let me pick some person here. Winnie Mugabe. Yes, Winnie.
So sorry, sir. I just forgot to lower my hand down, but I can try to tell an answer.
Yes, please do.
I think it's this part B.
And why?
Because it's part of, like, these lions feed on other animals. They cannot come and feed on something else. They feed on the other animal.
They cannot feed on the other animals. Are you sure?
They feed on other animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, thank you, Mugabe. Yes, Nakato, what do you say?
Yes,
Nakato?
teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yes, what do you have to say?
Teacher, even Mai was saying that B is a life process.
And what is your reason?
I'm saying that B is a life process because all living things feed. And you can see a lion is feeding.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nakato. And then Mercy, why is A not a life process? Mercy?
B.
No, yes, we have already identified B, but I want someone to give me a reason why they think A is not a life process.
Mixture.
Yes, please.
Shall I see? Even here, that life process. Now this thing here, like it's water, it's not living. It does not have life. Yet in part B, the lion has life and it's feeding. But this one of waterfall, it does not live.
But Winnie, they know, people normally say that water is life.
But teacher, it's in a place which does not have life. It is a home.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let us choose another person here. I'm seeing Wasjib. Yes, Waswa Najib. Yes, Waswa Najib. Okay, Waswa Najib has failed. Let me choose another person here. Okay. And then they tell us the Rema. Yes, Rema.
I think water is not a life process because it does not grow, it does not feed. It's not like a human being.
Okay.
It's just floating.
Rema, have you heard of stories where they say that someone produced a river or a lake?
Those are myths.
Okay, those are myths. Okay, thank you very much. Let us go to the next part. So we have been able to identify that B is a life process and A is not, okay, because it doesn't. Let us go to the next. Then we're trying to find out processes and their importances. So we have to, now the picture below, they're going to be showing living things involved in life processes. In pairs, normally for this new curriculum, we are supposed to be discussing as groups, like in a pair. Okay. Actually, I will be unmuting all of you and I will be choosing people at random, but it is unfortunate that some of you normally have noisy backgrounds. That's why we don't unmute you all the time, but I will be unmuting you and then I'll give you a chance to discuss in pairs. Now, you're going to identify the life process shown in each of the picture and state its importance to living organisms in the table. Now, let me give you an example. You're looking at this picture here. Looking at this picture, can you be able to identify the life process here shown in this picture? And then, can you give us the importance of that life process to the living organism involved? Okay, let me choose Prodi. Yes, Prodi.
I think the life process in picture is what?
It's what?
I think the life process in the picture is sensitivity.
Is sensitivity?
Yeah.
Why are you saying it is sensitivity?
Like I can see that man is running away after being scratched.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Prodi. Let us see what others are saying. I'm seeing Avia. Yes, yes, Avia. Okay, please, when I choose you, you should unmute very fast, otherwise I will choose another person. Okay, then Jesse, Sozi Jesse. Okay, Sozi has failed to unmute. Let me choose Jacqueline. Yes, Jacqueline.
Sure, I think the life process is movement.
Why do you think it is movement?
Because the man is moving to protect himself.
Okay, thank you very much. What about Mel? What about Chirabo? What do you think, Chirabo, Elizabeth?
I think the life process there is sensitivity. Reason being, the man has sensed that the cock is after. It's like the man has sensed that the cock is jumping up onto him, so he has sensed it. He has sensed the cock, so he's running away. So I'm sure that life process is sensitivity.
Okay, and I've heard you saying that he's running away. Why wouldn't you call it movement?
Movement. Okay, the reason why I can't call it movement is because before you move, you have to first sense something. Okay, like you can't. To me, it's not movement.
Okay, that. Okay, thank you. What about Patronella?
Teacher, I agree with both of them. Both the answers are correct because this man is running away to protect himself, and he has also had response to the stimuli, response to touch. So he has responded to the touch by running away. So both are correct.
Okay. Okay. Let me go to. Let me go to. I've seen. Okay, Abdallah. Yes, Abdallah. Let's end with Abdallah, and then we'll go to the next.
Yes, I think it's both sensitivity and movement.
Why?
Because this man has sensed danger on seeing the chicken coming after him, and while moving away, that is the movement, and the sensitivity is when he's seeing the chicken after him. So he's sensing danger. That's why I say it's both sensitivity and movement.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, they both are actually correct. You can identify it as sensitivity, and then because the man used his eyes to detect danger, to sense danger, and then he responded by moving. So both of them are actually correct. Both of them are actually correct.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we can go to the another picture A. Another picture A. Let me choose. Let me choose someone else here. Jotham. Yes, Jotham.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Which life process I can you be able to see in picture A?
It's sensitivity.
Okay, why?
Because we are seeing the saucepan is on fire. Then when he tries to remove it, he feels that it is hot, then he removes his hand immediately.
Okay, thank you very much. You have been able to identify it. Then we can also look at that picture B. Picture B, which life process are you able to see? Let me choose another. Pothias. Yes, Pothias.
Reproduction.
Pothias. Okay, let's choose Liz. Liz. Yes, Liz. Okay, let me choose another person. Treasure. Kwesiga.
Reproduction.
Okay, why do you say it is reproduction? Okay, you have no reason. It is Daphne Nachijova. Yes, Nachijova Daphne.
I think it's reproduction.
Why are you saying reproduction?
Because the frog is producing new individuals.
Are you sure? I'm not seeing the new individuals. Okay. Let me choose the last person, Brigram Aziz. Yes, Aziz.
It's reproduction.
And then, yes, I need a reason why.
Because the frog is producing its eggs.
It is laying eggs. You can see them. And there are actually two frogs. As this, the lower frog is the female frog. And the upper, okay, let me first mute this one. Just a moment, let me first mute this one. So and the upper frog is actually the male one. Okay. Let me first mute these people that are making. Okay, yeah. So the upper one here is the male. As this female frog produces eggs, this upper male frog sheds sperms on them, and you can see these are eggs. So the moment the eggs are fertilized, then reproduction occurs. Okay. So then we can go to this other picture C, what do you think is the life process in picture C? What do you think is the life process in picture C? Let me choose Bright. Yes, Bright.
I think living organisms feed.
He is what?
He's eating.
Yeah, which life process is that?
Feeding.
Feeding, which is nutrition. Okay, thank you very much, Bright. That's nutrition. And then we can also look at life process D. Life process D. Amanya Tricia. Yes, Amanya.
Breathing or respiration.
Thank you very much, Amanya. That is actually correct. Then we can go to another. What about E? Which life process is that? Joseph N. Joseph N. That is what?
Growth.
Yeah, that's actually correct. That's growth. You can see the bean is germinating as it is growing. Then alum, Martha, alum. What about in F? Which life process is that?
Excretion.
Okay, it is excretion. And you can see that the cow is excreting urine. Yeah, the cow is excreting actually.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
What is the difference
ask.
between movement and locomotion?
Okay, thank you, Queen Shali. The difference between movement and locomotion. Now, I want you to take note of this from today onward. Okay, I've seen people in the chat box have been putting their answers, feeding, cause boys eating. Okay, it's important to grow healthy, respiration. Jacqueline Diana was saying growth, and then Swatch was saying boy eating. Okay, so with the movement, it doesn't involve to move from one place to another. You can move your body part. For example, you can shake your head, you can move your hand, you can wave at someone. Likewise, even plants can move their body parts. Okay, they can move their body parts like their leaves, changing them to different directions, or their flowers. But with locomotion, an organism must move from one place to another. That means a distance is covered. If there is no distance covered to move from one place to another, that's movement. But if a distance has been, even if it is 1 millimeter, or 0.1 millimeter, and there's some moving from one place to another. That is locomotion. AGSM says that picture of excretion. Yes, that is picture F. Now we have just identified those different life processes which we know. And in summary, there are 7 life processes, and they can be abbreviated as Mrs. Grain. Mrs. Grain. This is how you should always remember these different life processes, abbreviated as Mrs. Grain. Okay. So you can see M stands for movement. Then R stands for respiration. S stands for sensitivity. G stands for growth. R stands for reproduction. E stands for excretion, and N stands for nutrition. Okay, and the movement bit of it is going to enable organisms to change place as they are looking for food or shelter or mates, and also to change position in order, for example, plants may want to trap enough sunlight, and the sunlight may be in a given direction, so they will need to move some of their body parts. Also, respiration is going to enable organisms to generate energy, which they need to survive. And then sensitivity is going to make them aware of their environment or the surrounding, so that they are not damaged or they are not attacked by danger. And then it's going to enable them increase in size or the number. And reproduction is going to create new individuals in the population. Excretion is going to remove waste products, and then nutrition is going to enable them obtain food to build their body structures. Now we are having another activity here, and the activity is we are looking at characteristics of living organisms in the word puzzle, and the instructions for the word puzzle are very clear. So instructions say that search for and circle 7 words that refer to life processes. Okay, and the words may either be straight across or backward, straight across, upward, down, then down, up, or diagonal. So in this puzzle, we are supposed to identify different life processes. So I don't know whether you have identified the word already. If I can put 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15 here. And then here I can also put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 14. Okay, 14, and then 15. Yeah. Now you for easy reference, you'll be telling me that I've seen a word in let's say column 9. Let me for example, I'm seeing a word in, let's say, from the side, left side, column 4. Or okay, column 3. I can see, let me get a highlighter here for easy understanding. Already for me, I have seen, sorry for that. Let me get a highlighter. Yes, highlighter. I have seen the word sensitivity. Sensitivity. So it crosses from column 3, okay, or of the lower column. So we are going to refer to this left column as lower, and this upper one as the upper. So you tell me for easy reference of the direction. So for me, I've so far identified the sensitivity, this word puzzle. So I don't know, let me choose some people and then they give me their answers. I'll begin with Pius. No, yes, Pius. Please, when I ask you, where have you seen reproduction?
The upper is on 13. Then lower to R, which is to the lower 2.
The lower 2.
Then diagonally respiration up to lower.
Okay.
12. Diagonally lower 12.
Okay, I've seen that. Yeah, you let's also use another. Thank you for that. So we have chosen another one, which is respiration. I've seen it. This is respiration. That is respiration. Thank you for identifying that. This is respiration. Let me choose another person. Or Pio. Pio. Or Pio.
I've seen movement.
Where?
Column 8.
Okay.
Column 11.
Column 11. I'm there. What about the upper letter? Which letter? Where should I begin? The upper column is in what?
From 8.
Column 11 up is I've seen 8 is where 8 is here. Yes. Is it straightforward, upward, downward, or diagonal?
I think it's diagonal.
Okay, diagonal. I can, when I move down on the other side. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, that is movement. Thank you for that. Thank you. That is movement. So far, we have identified 3. Remember, we have 7 life processes. Now, let me choose. Please, when I've chosen you mute because you'll be disturbing us. Let me first mute all of you, and I choose again. I'm seeing Mercy, Desire, Christine. Yes, Mercy, Desire, Christine. When I ask you to unmute, please unmute very fast.
So we have seen growth.
And growth, where is growth?
1 and 12. So 1 and 12.
Column 12, is it the upper or the lower?
The upper.
Okay, I've seen it here. Now give me another reference. The lower.
1, 7. No, it's 1.
7. So
no, just still upper. It is 1 here. Teacher 1, column 1.
Column 1. Now I've seen it here. Now I've seen the certain word. Do I go diagonal, straight forward, backward, downward, diagonal? Okay. Mercy, you hadn't completed?
Just straight backward.
Okay, straight backward is row. Yes. Thank you very much. So we have forward 3-4. Now let me choose another person. I'm seeing Michael. Yes, Michael. Mike has failed to unmute. Let me choose another person. Lubenze David, Lubanga Kene. Yes, Lubanga Kene.
Teacher, I've seen reproduction.
Reproduction. Reproduction. Okay,
Yes.
where?
Column 13.
The upper one?
The down one. 13.
Okay,
Then the upper one, 3.
13.
Yeah, you go diagonal upward.
Oh, diagonal upward.
Yes.
Reproduction. Very good. Thank you very much, Ivanga. Okay. Let me choose another person. Elshama. Yes, Elshama.
Teacher, I've seen nutrition.
Where?
Column 9. From down, the second one. Up to column 6.
I'm here on 9, the lower.
I'm saying it's column 6 to 9.
Column 6.
Yes, to 9.
Column 6 to 9. Eh?
Yes,
downward, upward.
Downward.
Because here I'm on column 6 here. Eh? Are you seeing?
Oh, nutrition comes from down going up.
Michael, you have to direct me like
Yes.
this, following the instructions. Eh? You tell me that you go look in the upper column or the lower, and you tell me the number.
Yes.
Then when I reach on that letter, when I identify the letter, you either tell me to move diagonal, backward straight, forward straight, downward, or upward. So can you please give me the instruction again?
Yes.
Pardon? Yoshama? Okay, we are.
Yes. On the upper column, when you go straight down,
I go to the upper column. Which number? Which number on the upper column? Which number on the upper column? Okay, we have lost that one. We choose Cedric. Yes, Cedric. Cedric. Cedric has failed to unmute. Let me choose Jamal. Jamal. Yes, Jamal.
14 downward.
14, the upper one?
Down.
Okay, I'm here on 14 now.
Letter N.
Which other? Give me 14.
Letter N.
Where is? I'm on letter
Going
N.
diagonal upwards to 6.
Diagonal upward on the left diagonal, eh?
Yes.
Okay, I'm seeing nutrition. Nutrition is there. So we have so far identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are left with 1. Let me choose Eliza. Yes, Eliza.
Manager.
Yes, please give us the answer.
Nutrition.
We are done with nutrition. Let me choose another person that is let me see a person that I've not yet chosen. I'm seeing Jesse and Joel. Yes, Jesse and Joel. When I ask you to unmute very fast, please.
Teacher.
Yes.
Excretion.
10.
On the
and where have you seen excretion?
On the upper column. 10.
Which letter? Which?
10.
10. Eh? Yes, I'm here on.
Yes.
Then give me the letter on the lower column.
4. Number 4.
So I go to 4 here on 4. Now do I go straight, diagonal,
expression
or backwards?
sensitivity.
Straight.
Straight forward, straight backward.
Straight backward.
Straight backward.
Okay, excretion. Yes. I've been able to identify it. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, I think we now have all the 7. We now have all the 7. And remember, we have abbreviated them as Mrs. Graham. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So that has been our major activity today. And then there is this other question which you may go on to discuss with your friends in your free time. And the question says, Adam says plants take in carbon dioxide during the day and give out oxygen. But Eve says plants take in oxygen throughout the day and at night. In your own opinion, who would you agree with? And give reasons for your response. Now, this will be our starting question next time we come here back for the lesson. Otherwise, the lesson has ended and we are left with 4 minutes. In these 4 minutes, welcome questions to do with life processes at this moment.